Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Geeks and Degenerates. Welcome back to the road to Battinson. So,
Mm-hmm.
as you've seen in the title, we're doing Batman Forever, a tonal shift for the movie franchise, definitely. Because we move from Tim Burton to Joel Schumacher, and
Oh, well, the Burton's here, but like as a producer and somewhat of a weird cameo.
right,
Yeah,
and we move on to Joel Schumacher, where, as through research, I found out that he wanted to give this a darker tone in the first place, but Warner Brothers said no.
yeah. No, I will give. Look, I'll give my praises to this movie and my like cons with this movie later. But like, I will say, Joe Schumacher, like, if he did what he wanted to do, I feel like this would have worked like really well.
Yeah,
Because I remember watching this when I was a kid. Because again, my brother, who's obsessed with Batman, he made me watch it, and I was like, it is weird because I'm used to like, uh, probably large, chiseled men with black hair as Bruce Wayne, and this was like a throw off for me because I was like, Val Kilmer doesn't look like Bruce Wayne, in my opinion, but. Val Kilmer surprised me here, so I'll
yeah.
get to those later though.
And this is for the casting of Batman. They had a lot other choices. Like surprisingly, one of the choices was Tom Hanks.
As Batman?
Yeah, can you imagine? I mean, we've seen him done serious stuff. Like,
No, we've seen him done serious stuff like the Green Mile and shit, but like Tom Hanks is too much of a teddy bear, but that does lend well to him being Bruce Wayne. Like people are like, he's too much of a teddy bear to be Batman,
yeah, I mean, um,
you know. But I don't know. I don't know if he could sell
dark
being
and
the
brooding.
like my family was murdered in an alleyway.
Yeah, I don't think. I think the closest he's come to that was Road to Perdition, but like that's a different movie. Other choices I noticed was Johnny Depp. Like that's interesting. I would like to see
Eh,
Johnny Depp.
No, I think we would have got like if Johnny Depp was casted for Batman here, Pattinson would have been like that, you know.
Hmm.
Like this is what Pattinson feels like now. Like if it was Johnny Depp back in the day.
And the name that really stood out was Daniel Day Lewis. I'm like, holy fuck, that guy is a fucking. You've heard the term of method actor. That guy is. That guy probably invented the term of method acting because that guy is dedicated to every role he does.
Let me. Yeah, for sure. It's just actually maybe. Yeah, why not?
But yeah, they
Him as Bruce Wayne.
stuck with Val Kilmer, and I believe Robin Williams also wanted to be the Riddler. He pitched really hard to be the Riddler, and
Ah,
they went to Jim Carrey. But I would like to see what Robin Williams' Joker or his Riddler would have been in an alternate universe.
yeah, no, like I could see Robin Williams as the Riddler. Like it would have been really good, and especially like I can't I can't say like, oh, Williams wasn't good enough to be the Riddler, and that's why they chose Jim Carrey. It's I think the casting director was still on that high of like Ace Ventura, The Mask, like those came out within the same year. So like,
Yeah, I don't think Good Will Hunting came out at that time, so he didn't know the depth that Robin
that
Williams can do.
yeah. So like they got like the hot, like what's hot right now.
Yeah, and before we go on, fun fact: this movie has two Academy Award winners in Nicole Kidman and Tommy Lee Jones, but you couldn't tell that Tommy Lee Jones won an Academy Award from his acting here. I can't blame you. Um, but yeah, before we get to that whole shenanigan,
Hmm.
uh, this is often seen as the beginning of the fall of Batman. The start of the disaster that was Batman and Robin.
The Schumacher disaster.
Honestly,
Uh,
I kind of like a lot of parts. Some parts I really question, but also
yeah.
like I don't get why this is the fall beginning, or why many people consider it.
I say it was a good start. Like I kind of like the style of it. Like I love how Gotham City looked, where it was like this somewhat dystopian, futuristic, cyberpunky-ish, but gothic kind of look, which was a very unique look. Like you see like the statues everywhere. I was like, this doesn't look like Gotham City. This looks like something from Half-Life, for fuck's sake.
Right? And
And
like,
I liked it, but it is weird. Since Gotham City is supposed to be Chicago, but here it's New York.
right? Um, but yeah, like rewatching this for this
Okay.
movie, and the first time I did see it was like years ago. I'm like, I don't get the complaints. I see the missteps. There are a lot of missteps, but like,
Yes.
you know, it's not as bad as Batman and Robin.
Yeah. Oh, Seb's gonna rip your head off.
Yeah, he will, but you know, I'm sticking to my guns. But like,
Yeah,
compared
that's
to
good.
Batman and Robin, this is fucking. This is the Godfather, and Batman and Robin's fucking Dick Tracy.
Okay. No, I mean, I see where you're like that one scene. It's boiling acid. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, just from the start, you're like, that's really over the top.
That's really over the top.
Going forward a bit, some of the extras, were like, what did the director tell you to do? Is that how they? The fucking it's Batman.
Batman.
Ah.
Yeah. I was like, damn, is every fat dude with glasses like just gonna oversell it? I guess.
But
But
on to
yeah.
Bruce Wayne Batman. I do like Val Kilmer's take on Bruce Wayne because for me, at least, he looks the part, minus the blonde hair.
Yeah. Dude, Val Kilmer killed it as Bruce Wayne and Batman. I like it here. When he was Batman, he had this dark and brooding voices like what was it again? Do we take it by sea or air? I'm like, okay. Like that was cheesy as fuck, but how you delivered it was really good. And then when he's Bruce Wayne, he has a softer tone. He's this playboy. Like I liked it. Yeah, he's blonde, but like
I mean, if James
Bruce-
Bond can be blonde, why can't be Batman?
yeah, and like Bruce Wayne was like had more depth here compared to, in my opinion, more depth than fuck Birdman guy. Fuck, forgot his name.
Keaton?
Michael Keaton. Yeah,
Right?
more than Michael Keaton.
Like, there's
Like-
this air of like when he's talking to Dick about if you're gonna kill Two-Face, it just never ends. The cycle of revenge. Like, wow, this is kind of the Batman I read in the comics. Like, you're really
Right?
nailing it.
Right, and he hesitates to like make Dick Robin. Like he hesitates to make him his partner here, and I was like very surprised. I was like rewatching this because I really thought it was gonna be a Schumacher movie, but I was like, the writing for Batman. I think this is where Schumacher was like taking up the serious tones.
Mhm.
Like he kept those serious tones here with Batman, and I loved it. Like he's trying to protect Dick as much as he can. He's trying to incorporate him into his family as well. Like, oh, you like motorcycles? Here. If only Alfred needed help with building this motorcycle, and I would, pay him by giving him that motorcycle. I was like, wow, that's a pretty good payment. Like, he's trying to make him stay.
Incorporate it into his, for lack of a better term, wing. Like, you're gonna
Yeah.
be my ward. I'm gonna train you, but I just don't know about you that much.
Yeah, and like in his mind, it wasn't like you're a possible candidate for like being my partner. No, he was like, no, I have to take care of you first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll go to college. You'll do the regular shit that a kid does. You'll never touch the Batcave.
And like, I also like how much of a more active role Alfred does.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause he seems
Yeah.
to, giving them wise words to Dick and also Bruce. Because when Bruce is like,
Yeah.
I don't get why Dick is acting up so much. It's like, you should know better. You know what this pain is like. It's like, damn, Alfred tried.
Yeah, like all the main characters here, except for the villains, in my opinion, were written well. Like especially with Nicole Kidman's character. What's her name again?
Trace Meridian.
Meridian. Yeah. Like she was aight. She was a nice character. Like, a girl who's like into the bad boys, but then there's this very nice guy that comes into her life. Next thing you know, he's actually a bad boy in secret.
Like I like how she doesn't, unlike the other Academy Award winner, another big good actor, she doesn't, overplay it. She knows what role she's been given, and she just executes the role pretty smoothly. Like
Yeah,
her chemistry with Kilmer is pretty good.
yeah, like this whole femme fatale kind of deal. Like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. She's not like an idiot. She's not a damsel in distress. Even though she is here, she seems like she's put together.
Yeah.
She's not like a ditzy damsel in distress,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Compared to the other female characters in the sequel, you're like, wow, what a better project.
Yeah, yes.
Well, the one gripe I do have is the Batmobile. I'm like, wow, that's pretty ugly.
I didn't like it. Like when he goes, just dig the car. I'm like, no, they don't. No, nobody digs a straight up Hot Wheels
Yeah.
car.
Like when the people in the streets were like, ooh, it's Batman's car. It's like, you don't think it's pretty. Don't act like it's pretty.
Right? Like all the girls are like swooning over it. They're like bending their back over it. I'm like, no. This looked like this. I was like, this looks like a Jackson Pollock painting for fuck's sake. Not really, but I mean, like, you know what I mean. It's very like everywhere.
And like, I do like the origin of Dick Grayson in this one. Like, wow, that's pretty accurate to the comics.
Yeah, but he has like one added brother.
Yeah. It's like, no, the other Grayson's dead too. Oh.
Yeah, you could have had two Robins, Batman. Oh,
Yeah. It's like, damn it, I could have got Dick and Jason in one sitting. Well, let's not kid ourselves. There are two elephants in the rooms, and my god. I don't know what direction they gave those two.
No, it's just that like, what I hated about it is that you gotta love how Jack Nicholson, when he played the Joker, he didn't oversell it. Like it was the right amount of like, yeah, he would laugh here to there, he would pull a joke from here to there, but he would never go, like as what Jim Carrey did. Sorry, everybody, if you had to see that. But like with with Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey here, I was like, are they trying to be Joker?
Right?
When they're not supposed to? Because Two-Face is supposed to be a mob boss. He's not this. Sure, he does it like on a coin flip, but that's a fear a fear tactic. Like he doesn't rely on the coin mentally. And like you see him like reflipping it, he keeps getting heads. He's like, I want to kill Batman, or like Bruce Wayne, and then like he flips it until he gets like the bad side. I was like, then what's the point of the fucking coin?
Right.
But like other than that, that's my gripe. Is like these characters aren't really them. Like Enigma's not supposed to be a lunatic. He's a smart psychopath, but he's not a lunatic.
My birthday. You're like, yeah, I see where Amazing Spider-Man 2 got its inspiration.
Right? So I'm like, oh no. And he's not supposed to be a scientist. He's just like a psychiatrist who's very smart.
Yeah.
Right.
And like his machine makes no sense too. It's like, how does it work exactly? Excuse me.
Yeah, and then we get this montage of like, you see like, Two-Face and the Riddler just exchanging the blunt, just like sticking on their foreheads all over again. I'm like, okay, fine, we get it. Yeah, that's where this film like has its downfall, is when they start focusing on the villains, when the villains are supposed to be like the highlights of Batman's story.
Yeah.
Which really took me away from the dark tones of how Batman was done. And speaking of Batman, his suit was amazing here. Sure, there's a little bit of a nipple, but his suit looks good.
Yes.
Like the black one. I don't like the silver one, in my opinion, but like I love the black one. It is the most comic accurate suit that we've seen throughout the entire movies. Like, in my opinion, better than Keaton's.
Did you hear the story of going back to the villains? Did you hear the story of how Tommy Jones absolutely hates Jim Carrey? Because like,
I mean, a lot of the times he was very close for comfort.
Jim Carrey saw him in a restaurant. He's like, "Hey!" Came and gave him a hug, and he's like, "I don't ever want to fucking see you again." It's like, oh, okay.
Like after watching the movie, like after watching the film,
I think
or
like
like making
sometime
film.
after. It's like I thought we had such good chemistry.
No, it was okay. Yeah, you could say that, but like, in my opinion, their chemistry was very forced.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, Drew Barrymore was here.
Huh?
Yeah,
That's who?
the blonde girl, like right.
Oh fuck!
Two-Face.
That's her. Fucking
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
I
she
was
was the
starting to-
angel. The other one was the devil.
It's like, why the fuck does she look so familiar?
Right? Yeah, I was like, oh shit, it's Drew Barrymore. I forgot she was here.
But yeah, half the time it's just singing like away, and Tommy Jones going, oh, like, what the fuck am I watching?
Right, and they're making the stupid faces. And I was like, I can't take this movie seriously. And when Batman's there, I can't take Batman seriously, knowing that these fuckers are like his antagonists. I'm like,
Why didn't the Reddit do the Dumb and Dumber sound? At this point, because he's all over the place.
your mic cut out when you did the sound, so we don't know what you're talking about.
My mic's-
It's fine. Don't do it again. Please don't do it again.
But yeah, oh my god, all I can say is thank God, down the road, we got, what is in the popular zeitgeist, the definitive editions of these characters, with Aaron Eckhart as Two-Face in The Dark Knight, and Paul Dano in Battinson's movie. So hopefully, I doubt they will mess it up with Riddler, because everything we've seen, damn, that's a scary Riddler.
Like legit serial killer Riddler. Like I would say, what's his name again?
Yeah,
Seven dude. No. The serial killer in Seven.
John Doe.
No. Well, yeah, John Doe. Yeah, we're pretty much getting a John Doe of the Riddler, which is sick. He's not this dude who just is very flamboyant. I get it. It's a product of its time, but like, still, I hated it.
Oh man.
I like the suit.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I like the question mark spandex. It fits him. It's just like how he acts. No, thank you.
Yeah, I also I think it was way easy for them to find out that Batman's Bruce Wayne. Really, I feel like Batman, it would take a better time and just, I have the secret file, download. Oh, he's Batman.
I swear to God, if like, if by any chance that Ace Ventura was at that same party and they actually scanned through his mind, I'm pretty sure a bat would come out as well.
Right. Speaking of Batman, for a billionaire and a vigilante, escape security sucks ass.
Yes,
It's like
very much so.
intruder alert, and then Riddler's going, intruder alert, intruder alert.
And then he tosses the bat grenades around. I'm like, damn, what would happen if it started intruder alerting? Like, what's the contingency plan for that? Does Batman just have to rush back home?
He's like, fuck.
Does it call the authorities?
But yeah, things like that. Again, it's not as bad as the Keaton's Batman. We're like, wow, Batman's pretty dumb in that one. This one's like, wow, Batman is a billionaire, he can't pay for better, I don't know, security.
Right, but I will say, the choreography here and how Val Kilmer acted as Batman was really good. Yeah, sure, it's not the Raid, but he wasn't stiff. You know how they would have the comic booky uppercut and the back fist person behind him, and they do this. In Keaton's version, he did that a lot. Here, Val Kilmer, it felt like he knew a little bit more martial arts than just punching.
Right.
The choreography here was way better compared to Keaton's.
Yeah. And that's it's funny to think that that's the best we got until 2016, because Bale stuck with the fucking elbows.
Oh, I hate this. I hated this.
Um,
I hate that style. Whoever fucking made this is fucking dumb. I really tried. If you wanna do elbows, do fucking Muay Thai. Like legit commit to it. Don't hold your fucking head.
But we're not talking about that. Like, I do like the speech he gives at the end.
Which
Batman to Riddler. It's like, I'm Batman because
I'm Batman and I'm Bruce Wayne
I'm
because I don't what was it? Because I don't have to be is because I choose to be.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know if he butchered it, but like, yeah, that was pretty much the
Yeah,
line.
like damn, he really is a good Batman. Again, you know, if you like this Batman, I think there'll be less harsher judgments on you. You know?
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, rewatching this, I've seen a shit ton of Batman movies and a lot of Batman shows. This isn't bad. Like, okay, no, I mean like this portrayal of Batman isn't bad. Movie is
It's uneven. You're like, the fuck is happening?
it's very uneven. Like when the bad guys aren't there and it's focused on the heroes and the people around him, that's when the movie starts to like, oh shit, the movie's legit good. But once he starts going to, you know, towards the bad guys and he's in like this laser tag fucking arena, you can't take it seriously. And also, nobody pieced it together that like rich billionaire playboy who is doing crazy martial arts and kicking everybody's ass in the middle of a circus. Like nobody pieced it together like, damn, Bruce Wayne fights really good. Kinda like
Right. It's like for a billionaire, he must have paid a lot of money. Wait a minute.
hold up.
Is that why he's always absent at night? Oh shit.
He's always asleep during the day.
Uh, though it's pretty weird too when they're like, Edward Nigma knows Batman's true identity. He's like, it's me. Starts flapping around like a Patrick. Okay, that's like the final gut punch for me. He's like, stop it, go away. I
No.
don't like you.
I mean, it made sense why.
I mean, I don't get it. Like he's losing. He officially lost it. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And what else? What else? Oh yeah, here's also like kind of a poor choice in the entire thing. Like, Chris O'Donnell's character Robin, like the entire time he is out for revenge. His parents were killed by Two-Face, and he wants revenge. And the entire time Bruce Wayne's telling him like, revenge ain't worth it. If you kill him, it's only gonna make it worse. It doesn't matter if you're giving your like, you know, giving peace to your family, it's gonna be worse for you. And the entire time Dick is like on that precipice of like, should I kill, should I not? And then once he finally gets the opportunity to kill Two-Face, he saves him and then gets captured and then they're gonna fall into the pit. And then Bruce Wayne saves them. And this is the stupidest fucking scene. And then Two-Face is like, oh, I'm gonna kill all of you. And then Bruce Wayne is like, oh, but you rely on the coin, right? I was like, that's true. Thank you for reminding me. Flips the coin. Batman grabs a handful of change and tosses it at Two-Face. Two-Face falls off and dies. So I was like, so this entire fucking thing of like not killing, you took that from Dick. You legit took that from Dick. So the lesson doesn't mean anything.
They're just like, real.
So what you're trying to say, Batman, is killing for revenge is not good.
But casually killing them.
But just casually killing them is fine. So like, what's the lesson here about Kilmer? Okay, I can't blame that on Val Kilmer. I mean, like, dude, what's the purpose of the entire lesson of like Dick Grayson as a character? Like if he saw Bruce Wayne like not kill him and save him and bring him to jail, Robin said like, I'd rather see you in jail. You took that satisfaction away from Robin. So I don't like that plot. I know I'm delving too deep into that thing, and I know it's stupid, but like, fuck. The missed opportunity for giving this movie a little bit more depth.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, and I was like, shit.
I was wondering, he's falling down with Chase Merlin, and the first thing Batman catches is Chase. He's like, fuck you too then.
Oh, but I like, I feel like no. Robin's sturdy. I remember that scene with Robin where he was like, Mr. Grayson. He's like, right here. I was like, okay, just making sure. Then he goes into like the secret bat cave entrance,
Mm-hmm.
and then Dick Grayson like does flips and shit, and like climbs over things. I was like, I feel like I would have ran down the stairs in time to like make sure the door doesn't close. Then through the entire process that you did,
Right.
like I feel like that would have been quicker if you just went down the regular way.
Also, if you always wonder what Batman looks like when he smiles, this is the big movie to see it. Aside from the Justice League.
Not gonna lie, I like this smile more than the Justice League.
Yeah, because Batman is
Because-
woos.
Yeah, he doesn't ooh. He was like, hey, hey. Because he's like, oh, sorry, Bam, I'm not in love with you anymore. Just in you, man. And he's like, oh no. Turns around. It's still me. And I'm like, oh, you piece of shit. But that was funny as fuck. It was memeable, so I can't get mad at it.
But yeah, you know, this movie sits where it's like, it's not the worst for me, but like it does take like 20 minutes. I'm like, wow, done way better.
Okay, yeah, it takes one step forward, two steps back.
Yeah.
Like this entire movie does that all the time, where you're like, you know.
But at some point you're like, "Hey, at least you're trying, you know.
Yeah, you could. I
It's
can
more
tell
than I
that.
can say for the sequel.
I feel bad for Joel Schumacher because I feel like if he just stuck to like making it a dark series, like movie, instead of following what Warner Brothers said. Of course, he can't do that because Warner Brothers paying him,
We need more Happy Meals, okay.
right? I feel like this would have turned out to be a really good movie,
Yeah.
and then I think he just went overboard with Clooney's because Warner Bros. Again, like, oh,
Yeah.
this is what they want. Okay, I'll go full ham on it.
I think Val Kilmer couldn't come back because Val Kilmer turned out to be a really hard actor to work with.
Really now?
Yeah, like they got to the point where they weren't talking for weeks, and since he's the lead actor and he's the director, when your main isn't talking to you, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Oh, that sucks because I really like Val Kilmer as Batman.
Like behind the scenes of all, like there are reports like he's kind of a dick to work with. Like in Batman, he like threw tantrums. He was a diva. Like this is the whole thing about Val Kilmer's career. It got worse with forgot the name of the movie, but The Isle of Dr. Moreau with Marlon Brando,
Hmm.
because he was not on top, only not being a diva, but he received his divorce papers on the set, so that really dampened his mood.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's divorce is not funny, but like the circumstances, they weren't the right time.
Yeah.
His wife was such a bitch where she was like, send him the divorce papers while he's filming.
And poor Marlon Brando, I believe his daughter killed herself. And just learned.
Oh,
things on
Lord.
set. And like you had these two actors where they always been perceived as being very hard to work with, being in the worst situation in the worst condition. I'm just like two alpha dogs just butting heads constantly. And the
Oh,
director
no.
being like, "Oh my god, what am I going to do?" But we'll get to that movie when we get to that movie. But yeah, Val Kilmer's always been like,
Yeah.
kind of the same way Ed Norton is.
Oh, that sucks. And I heard Ed Norton is a little bit of an asshole
Yeah,
when it comes to like working with him.
it really sucks when you're like, I like the actor, like, oh, okay. Like I heard Battinson was kind of a diva on set too, like, oh, fucking shit, okay.
Robert?
Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah,
That's fine. I guess. I don't know.
yeah. As long as you don't, physically take it out on people, dear lord.
Yeah, but still, don't be an
And
asshole.
of course, don't be an asshole, but like, if you've hurt people that, he makes it worse, you're like, fuck. Now you're
Yeah.
just a monster now.
Anyway, we're not talking about bad actors.
But
We're talking about this bad movie. No, I'm
don't
kidding.
do
This movie's not that bad.
Don't go physical. And also, kind of don't do what Christian Bale did, because that also is kind of a dick move. Of course, like, you fucking amateur.
Who knows? Like, I mean, I kind of get Christian Bale where, where like a staff just walks across set, and when you're not supposed to, I get it why you will be mad. But like how he did it, it was a little bit too
Yeah,
extreme.
and going back to Batman, he was like, I just went from the Dark Knight to this shitbox. I know you like the movie, but like, it's not Christian Bale's best role. You have to admit that.
No, it wasn't. I would say Ken Miles was Christian Bale's best.
Ooh. But yeah,
Yeah.
this movie sits in a weird gray area for a lot of people. For me, it's like, you know what? I can rewatch it again a couple more times.
Hmm.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't hate myself. Like if my younger cousins were like, "Can we watch a Batman movie? Which one? Batman Forever." Okay.
Yeah. I would say though, Robin is annoying.
Yeah. It's like
I,
it's funny how what we thought of as teenagers in the '90s, like, oh wow, that's a teenager.
right? And I was like, this man is like 25 at least.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's like it's funny what passes teenagers in movies back in '90s. Like,
Oh, who knows? Maybe we're just too used to like Filipino teenagers. I mean, like nowadays, there are kids who are like 14 years old. Like I met this one guy who he was like 5'10", 5'9", and I was like, "Hey man, what's your name? Are you in college?" "No, I'm in high school." "Wait, how old are you?" 14. Huh? I was like 20. I was like, "Fuck, the genes aren't fair to me right now."
I mean, this is a much safer movie to watch. That won't scar them for life, like the Keaton movies. Like, yeah, let's not watch that. No, no.
Right? Um. Other than that, yeah, I don't think. Also, Batman barely kills anybody here, except for
counts.
Two-Face. No, yeah, Two-Face. I think the only person he killed here was Two-Face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, yeah, you could say a lot like, oh, the people like when he went up the wall,
Hmm.
and there's like cars that piled up together and blew up. That's on him. That was on them.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately, what would you rate this movie?
Damn. You know, I'm gonna give this straight up like a 50-50. I'm giving this a 5.
Hmm.
Like, I'm giving it like in the middle because a lot of it was so poorly done. Where it came to when it came to the villains, it came to the actual plot. Because of course, Michael Schumacher and Warner Bros were like butting heads with each other. They wanted this one wanted the other thing, and this
Michael
one
Schumacher?
wanted the yeah. Michael Schumacher. Wait, sorry, that's the driver. What's his name again? That's a driver. I'm sorry. That's a driver. What's his name again?
Joe Schumacher?
Joel Schumacher. Sorry, I was watching F1 like yesterday. Sorry. Yeah, Joel Schumacher and Warner Bros. Were pretty much butting heads and have different ideas for this movie. And you could see the conflict here. Like, when it came to the Bat family and, like, Batman's story, it was so good. Like, you could see this as a movie of its own. And then you see the villains, and it's like a movie of its own. And I'm like, shit. And it doesn't match. It doesn't blend well. It just, you know. So, yeah, it's a 5 out of 10 for me because there are really good parts, but there are also an equally bad amount of parts.
Yeah, same boat as you. Like a 5 out of 10. Like, when it comes to Bad Family, it's good, but it's on uneven ground. But like, I enjoy it. I like seeing Batman and Robin work together and the foundation of what could have gone better. But like for a start, I like it, and like the again, just Val Kilmer's how he holds himself as Batman. Like, you're pretty good.
It was really good. It's really good. I will say, Robin was useless, by the way. Like, when he got the suit, and he was like, oh, why not take both? And then he takes, like, the boat, and then Batman takes the plane, and, like, Robin blows up the boat, and then gets captured.
Yes, good job, Robin.
Right.
And Nicole Kidman did a pretty good job too. Like again, no, on the side of heroes, no overacting, no underacting, and from this you're like, damn, she's pretty. If you this is your first Nicole Kidman movie, this is a pretty good introduction.
Yeah, I would say so. Also, they also hinted that this is Keaton's world.
Yeah, makes sense because it's a direct
Yeah.
sequel to Batman Returns. Well, not direct, but like spiritual successor to it.
Like, but it is a bit weird. Just like, oh,
Yeah. Um, but that has been our video on Batman Forever, and you can guess what's next in line. That should be a ride.
yeah,
And this is going to be the seventh time I've heard this spiel from Seb. When we do this, probably.
yep. Where was Look, there's gonna be a lot of ice puns next time, so just watch out
Yeah,
for that.
yeah. Uh, but yeah, you can find us at Facebook at facebook.com /geeks and degenerates. Shut up. We
Okay.
react to trailers, we stream video games from time to time. Speaking of video games, we have a funny Dead by Daylight video in the description below, and the next two coming up. Wow, if you think my dinosaur thing is funny, you have no idea. The shit that comes out of my mouth when I'm on the influence of whiskey.
Right, yeah, you and alcohol really mix well, but like, I feel like you might get cancelled.
Oh no, nothing just canceled. Just like, what did he fucking say?
Okay, okay.
But individually, if you find me funny and cool, you can follow me at Instagram at Gandalfus1995 and on Twitter, same name. But John, you guys think he's cool, right? And funny.
Okay, what you guys think, but no, I'm kidding. But like, yeah, you can find me at JomGeom on Instagram. It is my art account.
And please continue to stay safe, wear a mask, social distance, and get vaccinated if you can. Follow Bruce Wayne. He probably wears a mask because he's smart.
He doesn't wear it around his mouth though.
I mean, when he's Bruce Wayne, he probably does because he wants to be a good CEO.
Okay.
What? I'm not wrong.
Alright.
Back me up, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's all the time we have, folks. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.